So this is the conclusion to the EverCraft online alpha, or I guess pre-alpha, that they're doing. You can see there's a lot of people. They combined both realms together, which seems kind of crazy to just be able to do that. But they did that, and this is all the people that are playing right now. Obviously in Europe, it's way too late because it's 9:42 p.m. here on the eastern side. There is a bit of a frame rate loss because everybody's holding some sort of torch that I think you can just buy at like the beginning vendors that I forgot to bring. And you can also shoot fireworks off. Oops, wrong button. Like that person just shot off, or I guess a couple people. I'll light one up. See what happens. Haunting sparks. Boom. That one's probably mine. So that's pretty cool. They had an event where I don't have any left in my inventory because I gave them all. But if you kill a lot of mobs, or you can just buy them off of other people, you collect these little orbs. They're called whispers, I think. Yeah, with these whispers. And I already turned in all of mine to her because I didn't get 200 or 400, but you could get a, whatever this is, a doll. Or for 400 you could get some sort of weapon for your class, which could be really cool. I just bought some fireworks with the whispers that I had because I didn't make it to that many. But they've been spawning in a bunch of enemies for people to kill. And you can see the devs are bigger people, it looks like, or they have... Some people are getting this. I think this hat might be what that coquette thing was. I'm not sure though. That one might be something you can craft. You can see like that's probably a dev, you know, some big peoples. They got like a lot of these small enemies running around that you can pull, and maybe you can even loot them, I'm not sure. Oh, you can, I'm gonna send this to somebody. Apparently you can ask for a summon. So I gotta put that. Cool. I think my computer is kind of dying as well from this. But it is just a pre-alpha. You know, things aren't super optimized. I didn't have very much lag in the game in general, which is nice. Like normally it was kind of like this. I mean, even this is a little bit laggy. Gotta get my campfire buff. Yeah, see, some people that play the hunters can get these little companions, which is just their pet. I saw some people with a bear. I guess this is a cat you can get, or a wolf maybe. Yeah, see, here's a bear. Brown bear. I'm used to the polar bears because I'm from the ogre town. But yeah, they're taking a group picture with everybody. I feel like ogres just block out everybody else. Not really sure what to do there. I don't know where to stand exactly, but that'll be in 15 minutes anyway. These people with two names. Oh, well. I found this guy. Oh, you can get this guy as a pet too, I guess. Okay, interesting. I saw there were water elementals, and I know there was a guy walking around town, an NPC that had this as a companion, but I didn't know you can actually get that too. Like, yeah, so here's the water ones. You can fight them, you know, they're level 1 or 2, or maybe they get really high level, I'm not sure. But yeah, a pretty cool event, I would say. Maybe those fireworks are just always happening, and you can launch off the Halloween fireworks. That could be it. So this is just a weekend alpha test, which is pretty cool. Flag everyone for PvP. Oh boy. The pumpkins you can actually kill. you can get pumpkin guts. I don't know what those do, but maybe that's some other Halloween item. Oh yes, thank you for the bandages. Here you can have a pumpkin gut. Let's see. You should just be able to light up the ground. I think it fizzled. Something like that. But yeah, I got all these different abilities. I'm currently wearing this neck piece that can make it lighter or darker. It's kind of a shaman ability. So for me, I see the game like this, but a lot of other people will see it like this, slightly darker. Helps with night times, though. In the Ogre Land, it doesn't actually get very dark. It was only until I got down here into this grasslands that it ever got a little bit rough. I guess people are selling some items before it ends. I think the game allows you to do groups of 6. So there are no raid invites, I don't believe. But I had this character to level 4, which obviously level 4 doesn't sound like very much. But it took like some hours because I was messing with all the systems as well. And I'm not used to this more archaic type of combat and just talking to people, and you know, there's no map in the game. It's just a different style that people are looking for. Oh, this is a rock one. I never saw this one at all. So, you know, level 4 is something, even though in WoW that would take, you know, 2 minutes. Actually, maybe like... At least in Classic, that could take you a minute, a couple minutes, maybe, to get to level 4. Because you would just kill mobs, essentially. The audio cut for a second. But yeah, I wasn't able to buy all my moves because they were too expensive. Oh, here's a pumpkin patch. Let me get some more guts. Yeah, it seems like for most people, they have this shield. There's not too many items in the game, if I had to guess. And people probably aren't super high level. Yeah, like 5, 4, 4. So they wouldn't have been able to get probably better shields. This guy, I don't know if you can inspect. No. But this guy has some sort of copper armor on, which looks pretty cool. Like I see some of the people do. That's why I recognized it. Probably just had to farm a lot of copper. Get I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's called blacksmithing, but smelting. Kilncraft, that's what it is. So you get the clay and you do all that stuff, and then you clay work it, and then maybe you kiln craft it. Not 100% sure. I did this more on my I think it's called a Shadow Knight, which is, to me at least, it's kind of like a Death Knight almost, but I mean it's totally different, but the name, you know, where the name comes from. Shadow Knight was interesting. So the way Shaman works is it uses magic, you know, to put a dot on them to heal, an AoE ability, or just in general a buff that I think makes your defense higher or something like that. So it uses a lot of different mana. You can also just melee him, but The way at least it was working in the beginning, so far that I've gotten for the Shadow Knight, was it uses I forget what it's called, but like the energy bar. It's called something that a lot of other games call it. Or if I just jump a lot, I'll see. The game will tell me I don't have enough. So Shaman, I don't really use this yellow bar at all so far. Maybe later. Fatigue. So yeah, if you run out of, your fatigue bar, then at least for the Shadow Knight, I wasn't able to do any special attacks. And the special attacks are instant attacks, and it looks like it resets your swing timer. So what I was doing was like auto attack, and then pressing that attack, and then letting it auto attack, and then pressing, almost like double swinging. And that used this yellow bar. And the Shadow Knight also had something that kind of raised its defenses, which took mana. So I didn't really need the mana bar at all, because that buff lasted, 10, 30 minutes. I don't know how long it is. But whereas Shaman cares about the mana bar, because something like this AoE ability can take up a decent amount of mana, so you can't just spam it forever, right? Because like if you're going to be healing and just using other spells, it's going to take a lot of mana eventually. So you got to manage your mana bar. The Shadow Knight has to manage the energy bar. A lot of things are howling. I don't know if that's people or that's like monsters. I don't know what I have it set to. I don't know why that's coming up in the combat filter. I don't know. It's not a spell, right? Like if I were to howl, there's no howl command. But yeah, really not that known of a game. Pretty small, which is surprising to me, because it seems like, like at the bare minimum, it's a built MMO, right? You probably like the whole map isn't filled out, but the game runs and it's an MMO. So I'd be surprised that people aren't talking about this at all. It's obviously in the pre-alpha state, so it's a ways away out. But I mean, this was free. I saw someone streaming it, and I just started playing it. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. I guess it's kind of like EverQuest, but maybe the Minecraft visuals, and that's how it gets to EverCraft. Or maybe it's trying to mix EverCraft and World of Warcraft. I'm not sure. I assume it's the Minecraft aesthetic, not the WoW arc, because it doesn't seem to have too many of the WoW stereotype things. For example, well, I mean, it could pull from retail, and I just don't know how retail works, but for a shaman, a dot, a heal, an AoE fire, those are things you could pick up in the game, but I wouldn't expect it too much, in such like an older style game. I wonder if at some point, I think the description said eventually I put down totems. I think. I'm not sure. Again, I only got to level 4. I don't know anything about the game, honestly. They have all these different skills that you can level up individually. So, like if you, change weapon, you have to level that all the way up from 1, unless you previously leveled it somewhere. These are, just kind of gonna go up naturally. You have your profession ones, mysticism. So this one, I think that's just like using an attack spell. But you can see here, alteration. If we go to that one, Represents your proficiency in manipulating and changing objects, creatures, the environment. So theoretically, I could just spam this. You have a like a 1-second cooldown after using a spell globally. So right, like I could spam this skill, and it's gonna rank it up in levels. I asked specifically for, I think it was adjuration, and the devs said it lowers. I asked, like, does it make it stronger, or does it just make it not fizzle out as often? And they said it stops fizzling, but they want to change it. They want to do something different. But you can see it right here. Sometimes when you cast, and maybe I'll see if it'll happen again, it won't actually go all the way to 0. You'll stop casting. So like right there, it went halfway and stopped. It wasn't because I canceled or anything. The spell just fizzled out. So it's basically a way to make it so heals aren't guaranteed, or this or that aren't 100%, and you'll have to play around those features. And it also obviously means that you have to be super focused on your screen if you're trying to like min-max something. If you're going to be fighting a higher level character, your stuff, your attacks are going to miss, your spells are going to fizzle out. Things might have a damage table where they do different amounts of damage. Who knows? There's definitely a huge level discrepancy in this game. So if I were to fight a level 3, it is way different than fighting a level 4. And I don't know if maybe some of these spells are also taken into account, or like these skill levels between the different levels, right? So if I attack a level 4 but I have a level 1 2-handed piercing, it's probably worse than fighting a level 1 with level 1 2-handed piercing. Which all makes sense, but current games have totally removed those systems, and you kind of just pick up new item, it's stronger, it does more damage. Whereas a lot of people really do like this older style of, it is a really hard to play RPG, and all of your actions matter, and it's going to take a lot of time to deviate from those things, and with those limitations brings out strength in your character. A character that you've built a certain way, and you want to have it played a certain way. But I do hope they kind of change some of this stuff. Because it seems sometimes the way to just max it out would be to sit at spawn and just continuously buff yourself with a spell to level it up. And that seems a little wonky to me. I know, for example, if you press 9, there's a meditate ability here, where if you sit down, you regain health and mana faster. I don't know about the energy; you might get that faster too, as well. I don't know. But I assume you get health and mana faster the more you level up the meditate spell. And you could theoretically just empty your mana, meditate, empty your mana, meditate, to make that skill an insanely high level. I'm not sure. Oh my, that guy's in a box. I wonder what that was. I think he's just dev hacking things. So they're all hailing Hidden Tree. Oh, he's right there. A lot of people like this guy, I guess. I don't know if he's the main developer or what. I don't really know anything about this game, other than the 2 characters I've leveled and a lot of the different systems I've messed with. This guy's dancing. Is there a dance command? There is. I'm dancing. I didn't know there was a dance. So I guess it's not permanent. Or like it doesn't last forever. So dancing is very controlled. Is there like a lull? I don't know. Why are people going this way? Oh, so yeah. I think they stopped for a while, but there is monsters they've been spawning in, which are super, you know, crazy bosses. They had like a scarecrow. They had some other things. But yeah, this Phantasm of Defeat. I don't know if the picture already got taken or whatever. That's all, folks. Or they were doing this before, but they stopped for the pictures and stuff. What is that? A gloom hopper. Oh, the gloom hoppers. Those are pretty cool. There's like these little purple clouds you see out in like the wild, and if you walk up to it, a gloom hopper comes out. So that's probably like a holiday theme thing. I wonder, I think you can make names with spaces. But maybe those are all developers. But there's a lot of people with spaces. So I assume no? Yeah, so like here's... Oh wait. Gloom Hopper. So here I'm going to do that. I'm going to target Hulk, who I guess is tanking. I don't know if he's invincible. Why can't I target the Soothslayer? I don't want to fight her. Nobody's moving. I think this server might be down. That's it. Okay. All my characters. Wait. I see this one. Damn. Okay, there we go. There's Shadow Knight. This is the max number of characters you can have, by the way. So there's the Shaman and Shadow Knight. They ultimately use the same weapon. I think for the Shaman, you're supposed to use a shield. But I just didn't want to. And then there's... Someone said it was Shadow King, because they thought I just mistyped. But I was trying to get the whole Shadow Knight in, but he could not fit. So that is the pre-alpha celebratory festival. I didn't show off anything about the game, so, you know, sorry about that, but just kind of wanted to document it, you know? LOL.